Thanks for coming on fairly short notice. I'm joined today by, of course, our Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Chief of Staff, Everett Gillison, Dave Perry, Streets Commissioner, Sam Phillips, Director of the Office of Emergency Management, Vince Finnerty, Executive Director of the Philadelphia Parking Authority, and Judge Renee Cardwell-Hughes, the Executive Director, President of the American Red Cross. I have a series of updates. With regard to the now anticipated 16th mobilization for storm, plus the other two ice storms that we had already this winter season. The City of Philadelphia, especially our very hard-working men and women of the Streets Department, Water Department, and Public Property, and a number of other city departments and agencies, are now preparing for another snow event this evening that will last into Monday afternoon. There's still some level of disagreement among the various weather forecasting agencies and organizations and their modeling systems regarding the storm's timing and accumulation totals. That's just the reality of the science, if you will, of storms. We watch and connect with a number of different weather services, and there is some level of disagreement between and among the various services, but the best set of facts at the moment are that the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for our region beginning at 6 p.m. this evening and lasting through 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The NWS, National Weather Service, official forecast calls for 6 to 8 inches of snow in the city of Philadelphia, with the highest amounts falling in the South Philadelphia area. The precipitation will start as rain this afternoon. You've probably experienced some of that already, and will mix with and then change to sleet and then snow. The storm should be entirely snow by about 10 p.m. this evening. The heaviest snow will be in the early morning hours through the morning rush hour. That's very important information, which then leads to a series of decisions, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. The snow is expected to taper off by about noon into 1 tomorrow. The forecasts are all in agreement that temperatures will begin falling precipitously today, this evening, and tonight to around 20 degrees by daybreak on Monday, and then fall again another 10 degrees or lower by Tuesday morning. Temperatures are not expected to warm up again above freezing until Thursday afternoon. The unusually low post-storm temperatures, especially for this time of year, just as a frame of reference, the average high temperature for March 3rd is 48 degrees. That will once again present a challenge for our snow fighting operations. Let me give you more details. The City of Philadelphia, through the Managing Director's Office, will in fact declare a snow emergency at 10 p.m. tonight. Let me say that one more time. Through the direction of the Managing Director's Office, the City of Philadelphia will declare a snow emergency beginning at 10 p.m. this evening. This means that all cars, all vehicles, anything with wheels, any other mode of transportation must be moved off of a snow emergency route by 10 p.m. and stay off the route until the snow emergency is terminated. If you leave your car out on a snow emergency route after 10 p.m. tonight, it will in fact be ticketed, and it will either be relocated or it will be impounded, given the fact that we had to give out 1,000 tickets in the last big snowstorm and relocate 300 to 400 cars. We are not playing about getting cars off the snow emergency routes. If you leave your car out there, more than likely it will not only be ticketed, it will be towed, and in some instances they will be impounded and taken to an impoundment lot. We seriously need you to heed this information, and please follow these directions so that we can clear as much snow off of the roads as possible before the temperatures fall literally into the teens or possibly single digits. The Emergency Operations Center will be activated at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning in a Situation Room status. The Philadelphia Parking Authority will offer again the $5 flat rate parking discount beginning at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight when the snow emergency declaration goes into effect. You can find a list of all the garages with the $5 discount parking rate at www.philapark.org. The City of Philadelphia offices will be open tomorrow, but we will operate on a delayed 2-hour start time to allow our employees to get into work safely. Again, all public employees in the executive branch, at least, you have a 2-hour delay from your normal start time unless you were instructed otherwise by your supervisor. The School District of Philadelphia will make an announcement regarding schools and their administrative offices later today, as the school district has not yet made a decision as to what they will do tomorrow. When we get that information, certainly the school district will alert you as quickly as possible, and we will do our best as well. On the other hand, Archdiocese of Philadelphia schools are in fact closed tomorrow. The Archdiocese of Philadelphia has already made the decision their schools will be closed tomorrow. The Philadelphia Streets Department will have 370 pieces of equipment available and 700 employees working during the course of this winter storm event. Crews will begin to assemble at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight and start their snow fighting efforts. We have called for full deployment of resources, which means that residential streets will be plowed and salted. The service standard for residential streets is to make them passable. Passable. It is not always possible, given the intensity of these storms, the amount of streets that we have, and the personnel and equipment working. It is not always possible to reduce the snow fighting effort to provide blacktop on every residential street in the city, especially on many of the small east-west streets that receive minimal traffic and not much sunlight. Due to the expected heavy accumulation, it will take at least 48 hours after the storm ends to, in fact, reach all of our residential streets. So again, we ask for your patience. Our teams are out there. They will fight this storm as they have fought all the other storms, but we do need your patience and your accommodation. Trash and recycling collections will be suspended on Monday. There will be no trash or recycling collections on Monday of this week. Residents who have a Monday collection day, we're asking you to hold your trash until next Monday, March 10th. Again, trash and recycling collection suspended for Monday, March 3rd. We're asking those folks, if you're a Monday trash collection day, please hold your trash until next Monday, March 10th. The Streets Department will not be able to provide rear, driveway, or alley service. That is the area behind your home. Many of our citizens or property owners get their trash service at the curb or at the front of the home. Trash service in the rear will not be provided during the course of this week because of the heavy expected ice and snow in the driveways. Many have complained about not getting their trash picked up. In many instances, those complaints are as a result of folks putting their trash out in the driveway when we told them not to put their trash in the driveway, and then they are surprised when we don't pick up their trash. Well, we told you, we asked you not to put the trash out in the driveway. You did it anyway. All that does is slow down our forces in terms of picking up that trash, which they've tried to recover in the last couple weeks. They have made up those areas, and it slows down the rest of the trash service in your area or in other parts of the city. Everyone else, Tuesday through Friday collections should place your trash collections at the curbside on your regularly scheduled pickup day this week. Again, if your trash day this week is Tuesday to Friday, you should still put your trash out, put it at the curb, not in the driveway, and we will get to it and do our best to pick it up on the day that we normally would. It really is important, and we ask our residents to please follow these directions and place your collections curbside. As I mentioned earlier, some folks have continued to place their collections in the driveway. That causes delays of our normal operations and to get back to normal schedule. It's a source of many complaints from residents who believe somehow that their block was missed. Your block wasn't missed, your trash was missed because you put it in the wrong place. And so we're asking you to put it at the curbside. Businesses and residents are reminded, do not plow, shovel, or place snow in the travel lanes on any street. This activity creates very dangerous driving conditions. It is an insult to the hard work that our men and women are doing to clear and plow the streets. It hinders the work of the streets department and others to clear our streets, and it's illegal. It's a $100 ticket. The streets department will again continue to monitor this activity, and some folks were ticketed during the last storm. With that in mind, let me ask the Streets Commissioner, Dave Perry, to come up and give additional information. Dave?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Dave Perry, Streets Commissioner. I just wanted to reiterate what the mayor said about alleyway, driveway collections. We will pick up Tuesday through Friday, but you must put your collections out curbside. We will not be able to get down driveways. They're private property. We expect that they will remain ice and snow covered this week based upon the predictions that we're having on the temperatures for the rest of the week. It's a safety issue. It's a liability issue for us. We cannot send trash trucks down driveways when there's snow and ice covered. So we ask you, please put your collections out curbside, and we will collect them Tuesday through Friday. Just a quick reminder, do not park within 20 feet of an intersection. We need that adhered to in order for our plows to be able to maneuver through the city streets. If you park too close to the intersection, then we can't complete our plow routes. We need that extra space for the turning radii of our plow trucks. Also, park as close to the curb as possible. That also allows our equipment to pass, especially on bus routes. We've had problems in the past with buses that have not been able to maneuver on city streets because the cars were parked too close into the travel lane. So at all possible, park as close to the curb as you can. Driving conditions tomorrow morning are expected to be very poor. It will be snowing faster than we will have the ability to clear the snow with plowing and salting operations. So if you don't have to be out on the streets tomorrow morning, we advise you not to do so. As the mayor said, we will have a residential snow removal operation in effect for this storm. We expect to get to all residential streets within 48 hours of the completion of this storm event.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the American Red Cross, I just want to remind everyone to be extremely cautious about the manner in which they treat their home. We understand that it is extremely cold and people are using space heaters. Several of the fires we've had most recently have been the result of space heaters. Do not use candles, do not use stoves, and if you are using a space heater, it is important that it is nowhere near fabric and that you are conscious that it's clear. There should be at least 2.5 feet around the space heater where nothing can touch it so that you don't cause fires. If you need any information about safety tips, you can go to our website, redcrossphilly.org, to learn how to be safe in extreme winter weather. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. I just wanted to follow up on a couple of things the mayor said about the Office of Emergency Management and our operations for this coming storm. We're going to have a situation room activation at 4 a.m. That aligns with what other partnering agencies are doing for their operations, including SEPTA, which will be opening their operations center early in the morning as well. We're going to be closely monitoring, in addition to the snow, the impact of ice that could come into the area. There's a chance for a trace amount, and we're going to be working to monitor power outages and down trees and down wires. So for the public, please continue to report damages to 311. We then get those to the correct department so that we can coordinate those efforts. Stay informed, stay off the roads, and we look forward to briefing you at the end of the event. Thanks.
Thanks, Sam and Your Honor, and Dave. One update, one correction. On the correction, the Philadelphia Parking Authority $5 24-hour parking offer actually starts at 6 p.m. this evening. So it will start before the snow emergency is declared at 10 p.m. in order to allow folks to start moving their vehicles much earlier in the evening. So again, I made a mistake earlier. The $5 parking authority offer for 24 hours of parking in the designated lots, that begins at 6 o'clock p.m. This evening. The update is the First Judicial District, our municipal and common police courts are also closed tomorrow, and I should have mentioned that earlier as a part of the overall city activity. So the First Judicial District closed tomorrow. City of Philadelphia employees on a 2-hour start delay unless instructed otherwise by their supervisor or other entity that they may work for. With that in mind, let me open to questions about today's snow or weather-related events.
How much salt do you have on hand?
A lot.
Can you quantify it a bit more precisely?
Enough for this storm and others to come.
Mayor, it's so many storms. What do you say to residents who say, we've been through it before, we know, but what do you say so they take this one as serious as the other storms?
That's why we're having the presser. I think we just, the citizens overall, no question about it, through now, considered the third snowiest winter in recorded history, and depending on what happens after this one, this might be the second. Overall, our citizens have been incredible. They've been tremendously patient. They've been kind. They look after. Again, we talk about looking after our seniors and sick and shut-in folks, and so there are many, many great stories out there. The overwhelming majority of citizens are certainly tremendously cooperative. We think, though, it is important that each and every time we have one of these kinds of mobilizations that we walk back through much of the same information. We do this for a living. It's on the top of our heads. Everyone else, regular citizens, they have real lives. They have other stuff that they're thinking about, and snow is generally not one of them. So we just take a moment, quite frankly, to walk back through many of the same things. Be safe, be careful. If you don't have to be out for something like this, try to stay off the roads. Let the great men and women of the Streets Department, Water Department, Public Property, and many others, let them do their job so we can get the city back in shape as quickly as possible, and then you can get to your job or whatever it is that you need to do. Anyone else? Okay. We'll get you an update as soon as we have one. I don't know that we're going to be doing any more this evening. We will look out, obviously, for any information related to the School District of Philadelphia when the school district makes their decision. As soon as we have anything, we'll get it out, but I'm sure they will as well. Otherwise, we'll probably see you sometime tomorrow. Take care.